Let's bring in Mark Halperin. He's a political analyst. We got William Trackman. He's general counsel for the Mountain States Legal Foundation. Mark, I want to start with you. President Biden, he's returning to the campaign trail amidst the GOP convention here this week. But there are talks about replacing him. They seem to have quieted down here. There's been a lot going on in the news cycle, but we're around 100 days out before the election. What are you hearing behind the scenes? Is there still an effort to try to get Biden off of the ticket?
There is still an effort. I call it the no-go Joe effort, and there are plenty of donors and politicians and pundits who think he should go. I put the chances of his going now, barring some new development, at pretty close to 0%. And in the last few days, the president has been telling allies, spread the word. I'm not going anywhere anymore. I'm not done catering to the people who want me to do my campaign differently, who want to do conference calls with me to tell me I should get out of the race. He's moved on. And I think if they get the successful effort, as they're working now, to have the roll call done well before the Chicago convention virtually, the Biden folks think that that will put whatever remaining nail holes need to be filled with nails. Mm-hmm.
There's been some reporting, though, that a letter among congressional Democrats is sort of circulating, warning that this early nomination, this virtual roll call is not necessary. He'll be on the ballot, or whomever will be on the ballot come November. So, William, that sounds a little different, that there is still concerns about Biden being at the top of the ticket.
Well, that's true. So we did have a little bit of drama in Ohio about whether the president would make it onto the ballot. That appears to be over, with everyone saying that he will be on the ballot in Ohio if he's the nominee. But absolutely, there continues to be pushback, and you just saw President Biden finish a speech, go back to the podium, and continue the speech. And that seems to be the sloped roof of Biden's campaign at this point. He did the same thing a few days ago, where he finished a speech and then went back to the podium to talk about all of the racial minorities in his cabinet and the feed cut. So clearly there remain concerns about President Biden's ability to do the pageantry of the campaign. And I wouldn't put it past folks to say, if this guy can't win, maybe it's time to look elsewhere in the limited time we have left.
Yeah, he was in Vegas. Biden, he was courting the black vote, speaking at the NAACP conference, but he struggled again, mumbling and stumbling. We saw that Lester Holt interview. It wasn't very good either. Here's where he was. Let's take a look at this in Vegas.
For the race riots in Springfield, Illinois in 1908, the NAACP was formed. That's what started it. Think about this. My state of Delaware. If not many don't know my state. My state of Delaware has a Delaware River runs up along, it's jagged. But at the top of the state, there's a half moon. And this project, 2024, Trump's, or 2025, Trump's deal.
So Mark, Biden misspoke again there. He called it's the NAACP, and he called it the NAAC. But, I mean, he does this often. He kind of misses words, or he loses his train of thought. How much more is this going to be a concern, though, as we head into this roll call vote? Are we going to see something ramp up here if people continue to see him misstep when he's out campaigning? He's doing these interviews where he's not really hitting the mark with what he wants to get across. Your thoughts? He's also very combative, too, when he is now pressed by the media about his mental acuity.
Right. Look, if the letter urging the roll call to be delayed was signed by 100 Democrats, I think the White House would notice. But it's not. And on the other side, you've got 3 former Democratic Party chairs, Terry McAuliffe, Donna Brazile, and Howard Dean, signing their own letter saying we need to do the roll call soon because of reasons that aren't really true. But the point is, lots of Democrats are still for Joe Biden. Publicly, more are for him than are against him. And while behind the scenes and privately, many are against him, they don't think he's going to go. And so the growing movement is not the move to get rid of him. The growing movement is a movement that says he's not going anywhere. So probably not in our interest to keep attacking him and saying he can't do the job.